Hello, lovely people. It is I, Ezgi, and in this week's video, I'm going to do something I'm generally very uncomfortable doing, which is start discourse, I guess. I want to talk about topics like body positivity and diet culture, and give you the perspective of a med student and future medical practitioner. I want to warn ahead and say that this video might be triggering for some because I'm going to be talking about obesity and what it implicates for your health, and it's not pretty, so if you think you might get too worried about it, maybe don't watch it, but also it is important to know that it's just facts. Body positivity, body image, diet culture, the science behind all of this is just a massive topic, and I could not possibly cover every aspect of it in a video. I don't know every aspect of it. These are just some thoughts and responses to stuff that I've been seeing around a lot of and has bothered me as the voice of science, I guess. I want to start off by talking about something that Jameela Jamil has posted on her Instagram recently. Jameela is a fierce advocate for women's rights and body positivity, and I respect a lot of the advocacy that she does. The I Weigh movement has been incredible to show women that they are more than the number on the scale. I personally support most of what she does, but this is where I draw the line. On the subject of obesity and the amount of people who die, allegedly, from it, I think it's important to keep reminding people that a lot of fat people die or become seriously ill because their symptoms of serious illnesses are ignored by doctors who blame everything on their weight and therefore don't investigate their health properly. So until people who are larger than the average are treated equally by doctors and not dismissed and dehumanized so pervasively and frequently, we can't have an informed or fair conversation about any death rates or health issues related to obesity. And then in the caption, she goes on about how we all should strive to eat intuitively and how unless you're a doctor, you should not be commenting on people's weights, which both are messages that I agree with. I realize what Jameela is trying to do, and I definitely support the activism towards creating spaces where there is no fat phobia for fat people, because I totally 100% believe, even though I've never experienced it myself or seen it happen, that doctors don't treat obese patients the same way they would an average sized person. That is a huge, huge public health issue that we all have to work on. And as a future doctor, I will do everything in my power to make sure my patients don't feel ashamed when they come to me and that they don't experience fat phobia in their interaction with me, that I treat them right. These are all valid points that we have to work on, that our focus should be on. However, the message that she gives out is a different one. Basically, what comes across is that we don't know if obesity is what causes the diseases or if it's the negligence of doctors. The negligence of doctors might be contributing to the amount of death we see in obese patients, but I cannot be more clear on this. Obesity is bad for your health, period. Even if all the data we have on obese patients and how they're more likely to develop certain diseases are rigged because all the doctors in the world are just garbage people, there's still physiological explanations why these people are getting sick. I can theoretically explain why an obese patient is more likely to develop certain diseases. So I can still say with confidence, even if all the doctors in the world just messed up in treating obese patients, that being obese is bad for your health. Carrying around excess fat, and I'm not talking about a couple extra pounds, I'm not talking about being a little bigger, I'm talking about obesity levels of excess fat, is bad for you because all your organs are doing extra work, but they can compensate for only so long. Your joints are carrying extra weight on them that they were not designed to carry. Your heart is pumping out blood to more cells than it was initially meant to. And these are all okay for a while, but the damage accumulates and eventually you would get sick. I want to be clear. Nobody should come to you and say, hey, I'm worried about your health. Lose some weight, fatty, because no one on the internet cares about the people that they've never met in real life. That is just them being superior. No one has the right to do that to you. Even the people in our lives, the people who love us, if that interaction is hurting me and my mental health, they should not tell me to lose weight. No one should tell you to lose weight, but no one online should be going around saying obesity is not actually that bad. That's just misinformation. Another thing that is worth mentioning right around now is the Cosmopolitan cover. I don't know when that happened. It's just images of different body typed people with "this is healthy" captioned on them. Going back to how this is a health issue, the people on the image could be healthy in that moment in time. I've been overweight almost my whole life, and I have not had major health crisis as of right now. But the thing about the damage that is done to your body by being obese is accumulative, meaning it becomes worse over time. It just layers on and on until you're sick. So when you put an image of an obese person and say, this is healthy, you are sending a very mixed and dangerous message. Maybe you're not lying. The people on the images are maybe at that point in time healthy, but you do not want to send the message to the masses that that is healthy long term. We shouldn't glorify obesity in an attempt to counteract the abuse and discrimination that fat people face. You can be obese and active, and that is incredible. That is a lot better than obese and not active, but it's still not as good as not obese. And your current health situation doesn't implicate that you are actually healthy. It just means things haven't started showing up yet. I may have said this a million times already, but the message of this is that obesity is bad for your health. And that is just a fact that body positivity movement tries to ignore because it doesn't fit their narrative, which is something that I don't understand. I think it should fit the narrative. You should love yourself no matter your size. You should love yourself so much that you want to take care of yourself. It has nothing to do with how beautiful you are. It is about living a long life feeling good, not looking good, feeling healthy for as long as possible. And with that, I'm going to move on to the final part that I want to talk about, which is the anti-diet movement that's been happening for a while, I think. Listen, I understand most diets don't work. Long-term adherence and long-term weight loss is near impossible to achieve. I understand that dieting is terrible for a lot of people's mental health and is the cause for a lot of eating disorders. I also realize that a lot of diets are not good. They're not backed by science. They are like stuff like keto, and any fad diet is not necessarily good for you. They go after quick results, which are impossible to maintain at least. So I am anti-diet culture as well. There is a lot of misinformation and just lies, straight up lies, going on about how to lose weight. And I want that to go away as much as the next body positive person does. But there are people out there who are saying all diets are bad. No one should diet. We are anti-diet. Eat whatever you want. That makes no sense to me because people can lose weight in healthy ways. And even if it's a small percentage of people, there are people who keep it off as well. For me, it's worth a shot because we're talking about feeling good and healthy for a long time. I only get one body in this world and I want it to last. But we all have bodily autonomy, which just simply means you get to decide what you do with your body. No one should be forced into making healthy decisions. You don't have to care about your physical health as much as I do. People smoke cigarettes, which is proven to increase your risk of getting lung cancer by many-fold, but people still do it. And unless you're that person's doctor, you shouldn't tell them to quit, especially not aggressively or repetitively and uncalled forly. The same goes for someone's weight. Unless it was asked for, unless they wanted your advice or your opinion, shut your mouth. Nobody is forced to do what you think is right for them. Your doctor is obligated to tell you, this is bad for your health, it would be better if you did this. But that is it. No one should force you into doing something that you don't want because it is your body and your decision. My point is that not all diets are bad, but not everyone needs to be on them. It is your decision. All I think is that if you have a huge online following, you should at least be careful about the information you're putting out there. You are influencing people, and you shouldn't just say, never diet, all diets are bad, because somebody might benefit from them. Body positivity shouldn't be about just being fat and loving yourself as it, and never change anything about yourself, or else you're a hypocrite. You can love yourself and still have room to grow as a person, better yourself in ways. And losing weight, even though the body positivity movement doesn't want to acknowledge it, is bettering yourself if you are dangerously overweight. Now is the time to acknowledge thin doesn't equal healthy. You can be thin and have loads of stuff going on with you. Your thinness might be the cause of your diseases. Being too low percentage of fat is bad for you as well. Losing a lot of fat in a really short time is bad for you. You gotta do it in a smart, controlled way. What's worse is that it's not your fault that you can't lose weight, and it's probably not your fault that you got fat in the first place. The whole thing is just full of difficulties, so people either prioritize their mental health or their physical health. But I think we all need to find a way to do both, as difficult, as impossible as that is. I want to say this again and again. This has nothing to do with your beauty. You are gorgeous just the way you are. Everybody is perfect. They are creations of beauty, the things that they do for you every single day on a cellular level. It's insane. Respect it. Love it. You're perfect. But, like I said, there's always room to grow. That was a lot of mess, but I want to end on a somewhat upbeat note, at least it is for me. I think we all need to realize that we might not get to live into our old age because life is crazy and death unfortunately happens. So you should live in a way where you can say, I lived and I enjoyed my life. I wasn't skipping on incredible experiences because I was dieting or restricting myself. But while doing that, also be preparing for the off chance that you do live into your old age. It's about finding that balance, between making healthy choices versus doing what you want to do. I wanted to make this video because it really frustrates me when people act like obesity is not a big deal, because it is. However, it's not the end of the world. There are so many more things that could go wrong that could lead to illness. It's just one of the aspects. But if you can change it, I believe you should. And no amount of "you're gorgeous as you are, girl" is going to change the fact that it's not healthy to be that way. Not everyone needs to be thin, not everyone needs to be lean, but I do believe everyone should at least try to be in a somewhat normal range of fat percentage. That's just some medical advice. You don't have to listen to me. No one has to take advice from strangers online. But all I really want is for people to stop going online and telling vulnerable people what they want to hear. I also want to make it absolutely clear that I am not suggesting obese people are just people who don't care about their health at all and it is their fault, because I know it's not. There are so many factors playing into this that we don't even know all of them yet. I'm just saying, where you can, make better choices, and if after all your better choices you're still not getting anywhere, then love yourself wherever you are, no matter what your goal is. I hope I didn't offend anyone. I definitely wasn't intending to. I'm not a god who knows everything, so if there are aspects of this that I haven't included, that I haven't thought about, let me know. Let's have adult conversations, because I'm willing to improve myself. I'm not perfect. Also, I'm going to leave a couple resource videos about the Cosmo cover. Especially the Dr. Mike one was eye-opening because he talks to another doctor who is specialized on treating obese patients. So that was really interesting to watch, especially for me as a future doctor. I guess that's the video. Lots of rambling. Not sure if it made sense. I did write it down as a text. Did not follow it at all, but if it was helpful, if you agree with me, if you thought this was a good video and would like to see me do more opinion time videos, do like this one. It really helps, and comment your thoughts down below. Let's talk about this. I want to know what you guys think. I love y'all so much, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.